This
link,
conference will now be recorded.
that GitHub link, guys. In Hello, guys. Can someone please post that GitHub link? Okay. Yeah, I got it. I know definitely some topics you don't know, but still you should do that, guys. So that is where you can improve your skill set, knowledge. So don't say you did not cover this topic, something like that. In day-to-day life, so many things you have to do on your own. No one will help you later point of time. Okay. So remove them, Safik. Unnecessarily don't run them.
Yeah, but I tried something sometime now, but I didn't remove it. Yeah, I'll do it now. Yeah.
Anything is fine, guys. First, one Ubuntu server I'm taking. So which one he asked? Anything?
18.04.
Okay, we'll go with the 18. Review and launch. Launch. Keep something. Amar Corps. Safik. So first, I have to take one Ubuntu server. So what? So guys, in general, in KubeADM, what we did directly first, we have taken 3 EC2 instances, one for master, two for worker nodes, right? But here not like that. First, we'll take only one Ubuntu machine. It can be any machine, not Ubuntu. I don't know, something problem. Let me download. So here, simple thing, guys. In terms of KubeADM, what we will do? So directly we will take 3 EC2 instance or 3 normal servers anywhere. One as master, two are worker node. But here in terms of COPS method, okay, so we don't take directly master and worker nodes. Okay, here only one Ubuntu machine. So this is called as COPS master, COPS server. Here, what we will do means we will install COPS, kubectl, Docker. Here we will install it. And for our AWS account, example, this is your AWS account. Okay, so also we will install AWS CLI here on top of this COPS master. Okay, and we will give access to this account, guys, from this COPS master. So what it will do, it will connect to your AWS account. It will launch one master and two worker nodes with Kubernetes installed on top of it. That is what this method, guys, COPS method. So why should I go with COPS method instead of Kubernetes? KubeADM method means. So guys, I, I told you one thing yesterday's class. I hope you remember like this load balancer and normal concept, normal node port concept. So while creating service, we have three methods. One is a node port, one more is load balancer, one more is cluster IP. So here, when I do load balancer, example, This is one part, this is one part. Okay, so container running on inside. Again, what we will do, we'll create a service. This is service. Here port, here one port, again here one port, here one port, here one port. I hope you are clear about service details, right? Yesterday I told you, I showed you. And this is load balancer. So when I create a load balancer type, what will happen, guys? Your service will be connected via from here, right? Like this. So actually, guys, load balancer should be public always. So here, when I create like this, what will happen? So kubectl expose deployment name hyphen type equals to load balancer hyphen port equals to 80 hyphen target hyphen port equals to again 80. Example. So this is how you can, this is how you expose to your application. So actually your Kubernetes will try to create one load balancer. So it should be public DNS again, guys. But there is no choice. How your Kubernetes will get a public DNS? There is no possibility by default. You have to do some additional setup again. First of all, you have to attach one public IP to your server for this deployment, and that public IP you have to assign while creating service, so that that public IP will be assigned to your load balancer. So it's again an additional step every time you have to do. Very difficult. So that is where I am going with COPS method. So here the same method, okay, whenever I create a load balancer, so here your servers will be able to connect with AWS account and will get a public load balancer, guys. So that is the concept. That is why we are going with COPS method. Here there is no, like again, maybe if you try yesterday, guys, in KubeADM method, try this one. You can see if you see kubectl get services, it will show in pending state external IP, because it will try to get the public IP for your load balancer, but there is no chance, you cannot. Okay, so but if you go with the node port, guys, you don't need this public IP, because you will connect with your worker node port, your worker node IP. So maybe to this part, you will connect with this worker node part. For to this part, you will connect with this worker node IP. But in real time, we don't use that, right? Worker nodes. Maybe if you have 10 replicas in 10 worker nodes, we should not connect with 10 IPs. Like it should be common IP for all of them. So it should be load balancer. But in KubeADM, you won't get a public IP. There is no possibility to get the public IP. So generally, who will provide the public IP? Public IP should be provided by public network, public provider. But here there is no possibility. You have to attach every time for your deployment. That IP, you have to assign it to this deployment. Very difficult. So that is where KubeADM we have. Now I just launched one Ubuntu machine. So here I will install all of this. So wait for some time. Running instance. Okay. Let me generate putty now.
Hello, Amar. Hello.
Yes, Danaji.
Yes, I have one query regarding for that worker node. Uh, in Kubernetes, one master node and different kinds of worker nodes are there. So, can we connect one worker node with multiple master nodes here?
Maybe possibility is there. I ever tried it, but possibility is there.
But how we can connect one worker node with a different
That's what
master?
even I ever tried it. Generally, we don't do that. Okay, so but definitely it's possible. I think so. I don't know that. I
And
ever.
and already created one network, and I want to add one new worker node in the uh, our cluster. Then how we can add it?
I didn't get to come again.
We have already Kubernetes network, and I want to add new server. Sorry, new worker node machine to connect
Uh,
that master node. Then
you'll get that. Okay. There also you have to install the same steps. Okay, in that new worker node, and this token you have to add it there.
yesterday I tried same thing, but I'm not able to connect
Where
this
you
worker
missed
node.
it is possible. So
Getting
somewhere
one error. Let me show you this error.
that's what you have to try that. Somewhere you messed up then.
Okay.
So here also in worker nodes we are not doing anything. So simply installing Kops Kubernetes, Docker, and finally we are adding the token from master to here, right?
Yeah.
It's not like only while creating cluster you have to add worker node. Maybe later point of time also I can add it. So example right now 2 worker nodes available. So later point of time I want to add one more 3 worker nodes. So simple, same install Kubedium there also, get the token from master and add it into worker node. That's it. There is no additional steps. Same what you did in first worker node, the same thing you have to do in all the worker nodes. Okay, no problem. So someone Pawan is saying that worker cop setup is ready, but no problem. I'll show one time. So good job, Pawan. So guys, we have to reduce the dependency here. It's beneficial for you. Don't say I haven't covered this topic. That's not a good practice. I given a clear video and clear document to set up the stuff. Even in real time, you don't get that also for some applications. Simply they will. Okay, so I have Kops server now. Okay, one master, one Ubuntu machine. Now let's run all this stuff one by one. So you should check that. So guys, whether it's working properly or not. Make sure that everything. So see something. Most of the guys they will directly go with the next step. See here, it's given. So clearly, it's given some error, some warning. You have to check that, guys. Always output you have to check, guys. Is it successful or not? Then only proceed further. So see, definitely if you miss this step, it won't work out. See, so in my case, it did not work. So I'm doing one more time. So error always output you should find it. You should be able to analyze it, guys. Then only you can proceed further. So definitely most of the guys will miss that step, guys. Simply they will run something output you got That's it. You may feel, oh, okay, something that is successful. Don't think in that way. So it's not a good practice. Okay, just check. Okay, good. Okay, so I installed AWS CLI. So guys, what is AWS CLI? Why? What is AWS CLI, guys? Hello. What is AWS CLI? What about others? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of AWS CLI?
It's a command line, Amazon's command line interface to run
Purpose I'm asking. What is the purpose of AWS CLI? What is the purpose of Amazon console?
you know,
Manage
I
the
asked
services.
you.
all
Same
Manage services, create services.
same concept in command line. So if you want to do the same thing, whatever you do from console, okay, you need AWS CLI, guys. Same concept, but everything in command line. So here, as I told you, why we need command line means your Kubernetes, this COPS master will connect to AWS to spin up these three servers, and it will log into these three servers and install your COPS Kubernetes related stuff. So that is the purpose. Here we are installing AWS CLI. Okay, so okay, Kubernetes kubectl install, third step done. IAM role. So to give access. So example, guys, this is my AWS account. What is the account? By default, this is the root account, guys. Root account means the account which you created while maybe the username which you created while creating your AWS account. That is called as root account. Some ID you will give, right? While creating account. That is what your username, guys. Okay, it's your wish. By default, this is an admin. So we should not use admin account, admin username to provide access to any of the services, guys, from anywhere. So I'm going to create one new user or new role. So guys, IAM is the service name. Okay. So which helps us. It seems already you created one user. Let me not user. I'll create a role. Create role. EC2 permissions. So guys, here for this role, okay, so what is the difference between role and user means? User means you will get a credentials. Role means you don't get credentials. Directly you have to attach this role to some service, some EC2 instance. I'll show you now how to attach this role. You won't get any credentials if you go with role. So I'm giving some permissions to this role, guys. What permissions means? EC2 full access. So that my COPS master will connect to AWS account and can be able to create EC2 services. Again, it need IAM full access because my COPS master, my Kubernetes servers need some roles. So for that purpose, you are giving IAM full access also. Next, S3 full access. So to store my COPS maybe configuration. Next is Route 53. So Route 53 is a DNS mechanism, guys. Okay, so 4 permissions I'm giving to my role. 4 permissions. Cops Hammer. Okay, so see, 4 permissions I given to my role. Now I will attach this role to my EC2 instance. So for my cops master, I'm attaching this role, guys. See, now onwards I can do anything related to AWS. So for those 4 permissions. So from to this EC2 instance, I attach that role, guys, with 4 permissions. Now I can manage my 4 services: IAM service, S3 service. Again, what I can say, Route 53 service, EC2 service. 4 services I can manage from here. Okay, from this EC2 instance. Okay, next. Okay, so AWS configure. So I have to log in from here. AWS configure. No credentials required because I don't have credentials now. I already attached the role. Okay, so your region name. It's your wish, guys. Whatever the project you are working for, the region name you have to give. So table anything, something JSON. Okay, so done. I logged into my AWS account now. Okay, next. Cops. Cops means Kubernetes operations, guys. Kubernetes operations, cops means. So guys, all are again straightforward commands only. I'm not sure what is the challenge here for you. All are straightforward commands only. So clearly is saying Route 53 private hosted zone. If you don't know something, so simple, Google it, guys. You should be able to do it. So internally, your Kubernetes master need some what I can say, some DNS names, guys. For that purpose, we're using Route 53. We will create one domain privately. So if anybody has public domain, that also is possible, guys. Otherwise, we'll go with private only because public is again a paid version, paid. Any domain name. So for example, Safik.com. Maybe in real time, it would be your project name, something like that, guys. Okay, Safik.com, Amar.com, something, whatever the project you are working for. The description not required. Private, public, private mean. So this domain you don't have actually. I don't have. Okay, so I don't own this domain name. So like guys, so if I want to go with public hosted zone, means that should be available in public. Again, you can access that domain servers in even in public also, but you have to pay for that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say private is enough, even in real time also, not required. Again, region. So which region it is? US is 2. So let's give in the same server. Same region I'm giving. So VPC details. So let me So I'm selecting the same VPC what I given to Cops Master. Can be any other things also, but so say for said I'm giving same VPC details. So 02 E9. Yeah, the same one. Okay, so next, that's it. So I created some private zone, guys. So now onwards, my like I will use this same private zone in my cluster settings also. Internally, guys, it will create private DNS names for your master and worker nodes. It is only for internal purpose, not for external purpose. You cannot use that domain because you created as a private domain, right? So you cannot. So create an S3 bucket. So guys, I can do it from command line. Why? Because I have AWS CLI here and as well as permission also for my I attached role, right? So S3 role, S3 permission I given to that role. So simple, name can be anything. So I'm giving my domain name. So my bucket name something like this. Okay, good. The bucket created. So guys, so as I told you, what is environment variable means? Every time, whenever you install some application, so that application configuration has maybe look for some values, something like some example Maven or maybe Jenkins. So basically, those are Java related applications. So they will look for Java application. So Java can be installed in many ways. So different user, different projects, different systems, you may have Java application in different paths. So in that Maven or Jenkins configuration, they will look for Java underscore home. That is a variable name, guys. So you have to define it to identify so that your Maven or Jenkins will go to that path and read that Java application. So same concept here also, cops. So there is a variable called cops state store in that cops configuration somewhere. It is looking for this variable. So you have to define where you want to store your cops storage. Basically, what is this variable means, guys? Here in this case, so like so different users will use different path, guys. Maybe you may use local path, you may use S3 bucket, you may use some other path and all. So it's asking which path. So it's in somewhere cops configuration. This key is there. Okay, so you are assigning this value here. So now onwards, your cops whenever whenever like the cops master want to read your configuration, it will go to this path. That is what this meaning, guys. Let me run on master. So but make sure that you are using your bucket name only. So Safik.com. So don't use the same. Okay, so everything is good now. Okay, but you did it. So how can I check that this is now successfully assigned or not? Simple, guys. Echo dollar your key. It will show you what is the value of that key. Yeah, see, successfully executed. So it is printing this variable, guys. Always how to verify the variable. So this is the command. Echo is the command and dollar and that key. So it will show you what is the value of that variable, guys. So whenever you see dollar symbol anywhere in Linux, that means it is a variable. It has some key, some value inside that. That is what that meaning. So now onwards, your Kubernetes, your cops master will read the configuration from here. I will show you that also. Okay. But you made it in command line, guys. So basically, if you reboot your server, okay, so you will lose this setting. So I don't want to do that. So I will do one thing. there is a permanent file called etc profile. So here, if you make it, so guys, you can say how to store environment variable permanently. So this is the file. Instead of running command line, I added the same file, same command into this file. So permanently it will be, even if you reboot this master also, the same value will be assigned. Otherwise, so it will be empty after reboot because you did command lines. So command lines, most of the times they will be temporary. Okay, so environment variable also, if you set environment variable in command line, it will be temporary purpose. So you should enable it. You should make it permanent. So I made it permanent. Actually, that step is not available here, guys. Maybe sometimes we have to think. For example, so this time, so you don't know something, you will proceed further directly. So definitely after reboot, okay, you will get an error, something like this, unable to read this value, something like that. So that time you can understand. Maybe first time even I was again I also got the same issue. I just proceeded further without doing anything, but later I came to know that. So something, when you run cops commands, it will throw an error, something this value unable to read the configuration. So again I set this command. So after that it was working. It will show that error, guys. Don't worry. Based on, so guys, 99% in command output itself, you will get the answer. You should be able to analyze it. Okay. Now you are generating keys in cops. See, it's clearly showing. So this is your location. So for which user? You are with root user, right? Then root user, you got one key. So if you go to /root, /.ssh. See guys, these two keys you created just now, public and private. Why we need these keys? Actually, in the next phase, what it will do, your corpse master, it will connect to AWS and it will spin up 3 EC2 instances. So here your corpse master has to log into these master and worker nodes to set up your Kubernetes. For that purpose, you need SSH communication. So you generated keys here. So automatically, when you spin up these servers, these keys will be copied to the respective server. So you can log in from here to here without any password. That is where we are creating these keys. If you don't create these keys now, later point of time, also you can create and you can use it to again log into your master and worker nodes. Okay, next. Now I am going to create configuration for my COPS cluster. So guys, COPS is an additional configuration actually. Okay. Here, make sure that you modify all your stuff. What is my domain name? Suffolk.com. It can be anything, guys. Suffolk.com. Again, here also. My cluster name also, it should be in the same domain. So most of the guys, again, definitely see in tomorrow class and day after tomorrow course, you will come to me again. So sir, this is not working. So guys, make sure that your all these things, it should be in same domain. Again, your S3 bucket should be in same domain name, and your cluster name also should be in same domain name. Then only it will work out, guys. So make sure that.
Sir John,
Yeah, that's what I'm just so giving the same availability zone. So what this command will do, guys, this command will create a just a configuration. But so by default, COPS is additional software, additional application which supports our Kubernetes. It just to automate our setup, guys. Okay, let's see now. So it will connect to my AWS account now, guys, and it will spin up. So it won't spin up right away. So see, this configuration got created. This is, so at end of this command, guys, 13th command. Okay, so sorry, 11th command. You got some suggestions. So let's see. So this is your cluster name you created just now. Okay, next. So you will get cluster information, maybe how many masters, how many worker nodes, which region you created. So some VI file will be open, guys. You can see what network you created, which network. See, your cluster details. These are. I haven't created. So my cops already has some setup. It will replace just my details. Already it has some setting. Okay, so there it is replacing my cluster name and my zone, my domain name, something like that. That's it. The next thing is, again, guys, how many master servers you need? So this is for worker nodes. Okay, see, edit your node instance group. How many worker nodes you need? See, it's taking 2. T3 medium it is taking. So T3 medium it will be charged. Let me make it as T2 medium. By default, COPS has some configuration. So guys, so I'm going with T2 dot medium. Okay, so that, so see, this is for worker node. Okay, in the same way, you can edit your master details also. So how many masters? 1. You can make it 2 also, guys. Again, here also, let me make my master details as T2. Your wish, based on your requirement. Okay, so done. My configuration I completed. Now let me create my cluster. I'm sorry. See, that is what we should be very careful. Suffolk.com. Yeah. Now your COPS master. So what is COPS master? Where you install COPS, that is called as COPS master. Now it will connect to AWS account and it will spin up these 3 machines. I just modified, right? T2 medium servers. So 3 T2 medium servers it will create. 1, it will make it as master. 2, it will make it as client worker nodes. So wait for some time. Okay, so here, so see, so it will show you. So even if you run this command also, okay, that's fine. Let's copy. So still it's creating. So let me show you AWS account. So 3 more servers should come here, right, for some time. So it will take 10 minutes. Validation failed still. So read this properly. So it will show you. It's not yet completed. That's the reason it's showing validation failed. Cluster not healthy. Cluster is nothing but group of servers, guys. Here, my master and worker node is called as one cluster. 10 minutes it will take. Yeah, see, guys. Yeah, See guys here. So it's clearly even it named as node servers. Again, master node name. One master, two worker nodes. Automatically, your COPS master itself created. Okay, so we'll see. Still not healthy. So we have to check just a minute. Here guys, one more thing, for high availability purpose, your master and worker nodes will be in auto scaling also. Your COPS master will create these servers in auto scaling. What is auto scaling guys? Auto scaling has two advantages. It will maintain your number of servers always. For example, how many master server as per my configuration? One master. And how many master worker nodes I have to I should maintain as part of my configuration? Two worker nodes. Even if you delete them, they'll come back because there is a auto scaling concept in backend. I will show you how to delete this master and worker nodes. You should delete that auto scaling group. Then only you can delete them, because if you without deleting that auto scaling group, if you delete these servers, again these servers will come back. So wait for some time. So here there should be. So now installation is happening. EC2 installation done. Something again Kubernetes should be installed, right? Your master, your COPS connected to your those master and worker nodes. It will install Kubernetes there, Docker, and set up everything. Wait for some time. Most of the times you guys may miss the step, something like domain name wrong, S3 bucket name wrong, or maybe while creating cluster name, so that might be wrong. So you should give proper names. It should be always in the same domain, your cluster name, your S3 bucket name. Make sure that guys, most definitely see, like tomorrow you guys will come to me. Most of the times it's happening. Sir, this command not working for me. It's because of the domain names wrong. S3 bucket also should be in the same domain, and cluster name also in the same domain. So let's see how many can do it at least by tomorrow. Who will take care tomorrow, guys? Now, are you clear? Anything extra I did, guys, here? As it is, the same steps only I did, nothing extra. Then what is your challenge here, guys? So what is the challenge here? Anything extra apart from the document I did? Nothing at all. So supporting video also given to you. So it's a not good practice, guys. Not good practice at all. You should make it at any cost. So still taking time. Now onwards, everything you can do in. So if you create a load balancer here in Kubernetes, it will get a public IP. But if you go with KubeADM method, you cannot. So make sure that guys, tomorrow onwards, I need this COPS method only. I will show you how to delete also. Meanwhile, anybody has KubeADM method? Guys? Jadav, do you have KubeADM method?
Previous one, right?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Can you please share your screen? Quickly create a deployment. Share your screen. I made you as a presenter.
Yeah. Are you able to see
Okay.
my screen?
Yes. Clear the screen. Clear the screen. So increase the font. Okay. So kubectl, do you have any deployment already? Get deployment? Okay, create it. No problem. Filling ground. What is deployment, guys? It is a configuration. Okay, 3 deployments. That's fine. Okay, create. So show me the parts. Kubectl get service get parts. Okay, so kubectl get services. Okay, services also you have one for dep one. Okay, do one thing.
Yes.
So kubectl expose expose deployment name. So let's go for deployment 2, deploy 2. For this service, this deployment I want to create a service. Hyphen type equal to load balancer. L caps, L and B caps. Spelling wrong. Balancer. So hyphen port equals to 80. So which image it is? Which application?
Ubuntu.
Deploy to.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Control C.
Deployed.
Control C. Kubectl get deployments -o wide. It will show you which image you have used. Get deployments -o wide. Get deployment you're missing. Okay. Jenkins. Okay. Kubectl expose deployment. Deploy to. Copy paste otherwise. Yeah. Type load balancer port equals to 8080 hyphen port. Hyphen port. This is service port, guys. Hyphen port means it can be any number. So I'm giving same number 8080 equals to 8080 equals to 8080. Only one equals. Given 2 equals. You given 2 equals to hyphen port. Yeah. Hyphen target port. This is your container port. Port equals to 8080 without space. Hyphen target port equals to 8080 again, because your application is Jenkins here. Enter. So you created a service now. Spelling wrong. Deploy. It's a DEPLOY2. Your deployment name. Okay. Now check get services. Only get services. Don't do get all. Kubectl get services. See, it's pending showing external IP. So you should get one IP actually, but there is no way to get that IP. It's showing external IP as pending. If it is node port, directly with worker node IP itself, I can connect to my application. But if it is a load balancer, so it doesn't matter how many worker nodes you have your replica. You no need to have your worker node IP. You need one common DNS name. So, but there is no chance to get the public IP in KubeADM method. Again, you should have some cloud manager stuff and all. It's a very difficult, very again additional steps you have to do every time. Okay, so that is where COPS method comes into picture. Now the same thing if you do in COPS method, let me show you. Let me share my screen. Yeah, your cluster is ready now. So guys, one more thing, you no need to log into your COPS, I'm sorry, your Kubernetes master now. Actually, I'm in here, I'm in COPS method, right? You created this cluster. Now directly you can run your commands from COPS master itself. You no need to log in. You can log into COPS master also. It's your wish. How to log in also? Previous if you see yeah, when I run this command, yes, when I run this COPS update cluster command, you got some suggestions. See how to log into master server also it's there. It's your wish. You can log into your master server from this COPS master. Let me log in. Or else from COPS master itself you can do your work. It's your wish, guys. Okay, so you can log into your master server from COPS to Kubernetes master. See, you are in master server now, Kubernetes master. So guys, did you understand the difference between COPS master and Kubernetes master? Any doubts here, guys? What is COPS and what is Kubernetes? Now you are in Kubernetes master. So this is how you have to log in and kubectl get deployments. Yeah, so with Ubuntu itself. So here kubectl kubectl expose deployment one hyphen type equals to load balancer hyphen port equals to 80 hyphen target port equals to 80. Okay, so enter. Okay, kubectl get s services. Okay, see guys, you got public DNS now. Earlier it was showing pending in case of Kubernetes. So here what will happen means now your Kubernetes server will sorry guys, will connect to AWS now. because you created your master and worker node via COPS. So your COPS master will install Cloud Manager here on top of your master now. The Cloud Manager can connect to your AWS and will create a external load balance. I will show you that also. Just a minute. Go to EC2. Every time, how many deployments you created, that many load balancer it will create. So this one. So how can I check that? Instances. See, you got the load balancer here. I did not create it. My master connected to my AWS account. I got a DNS name, same DNS name. See, you can see the same DNS name here also assigned to your load balancer. Now let's see. Now I will be able to connect. See guys, I'm able to access. I don't know which worker node my pod is running now. So let me check that. kubectl get pods -o wide. So I have only one pod which is running on so this worker node. Let me scale out. kubectl scale deployment def1 --- replicas equals to 3, 4. Okay, see, so still creating. So it was okay. Yeah, all different 2 worker nodes I have. 2 pods on one worker node, two pods on one more worker node. But still, see, you can use the same service. It will connect to one of the pod which is running on 2 worker nodes. You are not giving a particular worker node IP here, guys. If you go with the node port type, you should give worker node IP here, colon IP, that port number, service port number, sorry, node port number. So this is what usage of COPS, guys. Why should I go with COPS instead of worker Kubernetes means COPS can connect to AWS directly and it can create a load balancer whenever it is required. You don't need additional setup for that purpose. But in case of Kubernetes method, you have to set up Cloud Manager again on top of Kubernetes. It's an additional step. Or else every time you have to add one public IP. You have to get public IP from somewhere, public network provider, and you have to assign it to your deployment. So this is what the usage of COPS. So guys, any doubts here till now? What is the difference? Why should I go with COPS instead of Kubernetes, instead of KubeADM? Hello? Hello guys. Maybe sometimes still you may have some doubts, but definitely practice more, guys. Okay, so definitely you will come to know that the difference. You have to understand there are so many things involved, guys. Every topic. If one topic you did not understand, definitely the other topics also you cannot understand. So make sure that you go through the video one more time. So please set up your keep it ready before tomorrow class again. So in COPS only we'll do rest of the things from tomorrow onwards. Okay guys, so daily one person. And how to delete this cluster, guys? If I delete my worker nodes or master manually, they won't go, guys. Again they will be come back. If you create a Kubernetes master, sorry, kops, guys, if you create your Kubernetes via kops, if you delete them, they'll come back again. I'll show you. You cannot stop or delete them manually. Okay, so stopping, right? So it will get, you will get one more server automatically. So within 5 minutes. Because guys, there is a auto scaling concept in AWS. So by default, your servers are in auto scaling group. So your kops added those. So what is auto scaling, guys? Auto scaling group has two advantages. One is maintaining like whatever the desired servers. So see here, I haven't created this auto scaling. Automatically your master created. So always it will maintain two servers at any cost, nodes. Master one. If you delete them, so this is one of the high availability concept, guys. If you delete them, automatically it will launch one more server. So wait for some time. So make sure that from tomorrow onwards, we'll go with kops only. Keep it ready, guys. Don't say others will share.
Sir, can we start the server, sir? They are keep on running.
That's what you have to delete your load bar, that auto scaling. See, one more server. Here one, it's initializing. The
Yeah,
previous
actually
one deleting.
we make it to as a stop, and when we need we restart, sir. It is not possible here.
No, automatically it will shut down. If you stop it, it will. Yeah, that's until unless your auto scaling group available. So let me delete them. So guys, here this is how you have to delete. To delete your cluster. To delete those nodes. Again, in the same way, master also. So every day, please delete your servers because it will be charged. Now your servers also gone, will be gone. Yeah, see, your servers also shutting down because I deleted that auto scaling group. Okay, so guys, please make sure that before tomorrow class, launch your servers, set up this kops method and keep it ready. You'll get the recording by evening, by afternoon. Okay, guys. So it's enough for today. We'll make it again tomorrow, same time.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.